I'm so sweaty.
Oh man, that is intense.
10 hot wings, 10 hot questions. Reach the end for the ultimate prize. Fail and face the ultimate shame. This is Hotheads.
Hey guys, you're watching Hotheads, the show featuring the creative industry's hottest talents and some really spicy wings. I'm Vix, and this is Ross, and we're Google Australia's creative agency team.
We're joined today by Steve Coll.
Thank you guys. I was gonna say it's a pleasure. I'm not sure if it's gonna be. I'm kind of nervous.
You may know Steve from his role as Chief Creative Officer at With Collective here in Sydney, or from many of his awarded campaigns on clients like Virgin and Walker's Crisps. And Vanish Nappies and so many others. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you. You guys, I'm kind of slightly terrified. I don't know which to be more scared of, if it's like the first one or the last one.
It's the last one.
It's the last one,
yeah.
for sure.
Sriracha, no big deal. That's on the left, and I'm going to ask you, Steve, what was the last thing that you watched on YouTube?
Oh, do you know, this is slightly embarrassing. For work, it was Action Man, old Action Man commercials. So like Kung Fu Grip, kind of all that sort of stuff. Right, let's get into this.
Oh, cold.
All day long. That's delicious.
That's not too bad. That's a bit of a relief. So yeah, so old, classic old 1980s, 1990s G.I. Joe, Action Man. We're doing a little party thing, filming it.
Oh, nice.
In the agency today. So. That's research. I didn't buy any.
That's a tangy zip. Tabasco.
That's good.
Vinegary.
Peppery.
This end is good.
Advertising industry, renowned for kind of being tough, full of tough characters, lots of strong personalities. But I've worked with you, and whenever your name comes up, always the same thing comes back. Nicest guy in advertising. No one's record is that clean. So I know that you've fooled everybody, but surely you've done something mean over the years. What's the worst thing you've done in advertising, do you reckon?
Probably lied on all my case study statistics. Maybe that's probably
Who
the
hasn't?
worst. Yeah,
Classic.
there you go. That's probably the worst. That's the only thing
Not
I
lied,
think of.
embellished.
Embellished.
Just
Yeah,
dolled
that's
them up a
right.
bit.
That's right. Exactly. Put them forward in their best light.
That's right.
Added a
That's
zero occasionally as well.
This is good. This is kind of a
This
good
looks okay.
staple Mexican hot sauce.
No
not that
skulls.
hot. No skulls.
Very
nothing-
nice, homely
Yeah.
lady. She doesn't look like she'd mean you any harm
She
whatsoever.
doesn't look like she means
Good.
you any harm at
I
all.
think this
Let's
is like
find
the-
out. It's good.
It's because he's taking more from this end
Yeah, exactly.
to avoid the other end.
Peek down here.
Okay, so a quick fire round for you then, Steve. Which of these campaigns would you have wanted to have been involved in? So we've got Dumb Ways to Die or McWhopper.
Oh, Dumb Ways to Die.
Yeah, it's a great one.
It was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
awesome.
catchy. Guardians, Three Little Pigs or $1 Trillion Billboard?
$1 Trillion Billboard. Love that one. I don't like The Guardian, Three Little Pigs.
I want to hear more on
like
this.
it.
That's great. That's a classic. Everyone raved about that when it came
Yeah,
out.
no, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me at all.
All right.
But I thought the $1 Trillion Billboard, like one billboard with just made up of banknotes and picture went all around the world. I think
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
pretty
pretty
good.
amazing.
Volvo Life Paint or Intermarché's Inglorious Fruits and Vegetables?
Tough one. I'd go the Inglorious Fruit and Veg.
Yeah.
I reckon. A couple of the supermarkets here have done it.
Harris have just
Like,
done it. Yeah.
amazing, simple idea. It looks like it's going to be global, huge impact on the environment.
Yeah.
Great.
The Volvo paint thing's fantastic, but I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, cool. You've obviously had a very successful career. We've named off some of the campaigns that you've won some amazing awards for. But I know that one of your sort of crowning achievements is actually winning the Cannes Lion, the inaugural Cannes Lion effectiveness. You got a Grand Prix there. And I saw an interview of you at the time. You had mentioned that you thought that the key to effectiveness was not just the integration of digital and creative, but also including sort of PR.
Yeah, right.
Do you think that still stands true today?
Did I say that?
Were you just talking shit at the time? How do you feel about it? And maybe, is that something you're using it with Collective as sort of a model?
I can't remember saying that actually. But I do think it. I've always thought PR is amazing to include in creative thinking. We used to go into meetings and go, PR guys, there's a TV ad, make it famous. which is the worst brief you can ever give a PR agency. When we did Walkers, it was, I think, social media was in its infancy, or at least as far as advertising agencies were concerned. And it was just amazing to be able to get so much free publicity and interest around a campaign and so much engagement with it. I always talk to my guys about newsworthy ideas. I think it's a massive part of creative thinking.
Cool. And do you think, I know that With is traditionally was seen sort of as a data-driven creative agency. Has that kind of been a new thing for you when you've joined With, or is it something that you've always had sort of when you work on stuff?
No, that's pretty new, actually. So I got really interested in PR and integration at probably around about the time of the Walkers thing. Probably about 2 years ago, I started getting really interested in data and how creative people thought about data, because it seems to be so far away from the creative process, but it's something that we've got to embrace. So at With, we talk about logic and magic as the two most powerful forces in the business. So we talk about logic as knowing customers and trying to work out what they're into and all the data we can get about one person's journey.
Yeah, cool.
And then the magic is the power of persuasion and what we can do to surprise, delight, interest that person.
My lips are tingling.
Oh yeah.
A little bit, you know?
It's starting to get serious, I think. With
Bit of a compounding effect there as well.
Yeah, that's
still
gonna
pretty
start.
tasty though. I'm kind of surprised. I thought I'd be in tears at this point.
Just you wait.
Just okay. Yeah.
Okay, Steve, so as an ECD and a CCO, you will have seen a ton of books come over your desk. What's the best way that you've seen that be presented or shown to you?
You get a lot of books. And to the point, I think you're looking for somebody with spark and a bit of fire.
Yeah.
So I think that's how your book wants to be presented. I hired some amazingly talented young creatives about a year ago, and they did their book. All I got was a set of 3D glasses, and then they built a little site in 3D for me to go and check out.
Awesome.
Insane.
Yeah.
You know, like I wanted to hire them even just looking at their work right there. I think you desperately want to help people get their start in the business, but you want to help people with a bit of fire and a bit of initiative and a bit of imagination.
There's something in the belly already.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you can tell that when you get something presented with a little bit more thought.
Yeah. Goes a long way.
Yeah, exactly. And you just want to seek that person out.
Yeah, nice.
All right, let's go.
It's like fruity.
We're definitely getting hotter.
Yep. But that's good. It's got the afterburn.
Is it coming?
Yeah, there you go.
I can't wait for the next few.
Yeah, right.
And this is actually a question.
Am I crying yet?
No, you're not crying. You're good. You look great. Just having a quick look at diversity in our industry and sort of the creative industry, how do you think that, in a position as CCO and like, with a company like With Collective, how can the industry start to embrace more senior leadership roles for women, I guess across the industry?
That's another great question. I'm still struggling with the after. It's got a real after effect, that one. It's not a good situation at the minute. It certainly doesn't relate to talent, because if I look at the number of amazing female talent in the business, it's certainly not that we're short of good people. It's a pretty uncompromising business. It's pretty hard in terms of the hours that you got to put in, and I think we've got to get smart for that. Male or female, it's not particularly family friendly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think it's something we've got to find creative ways to solve. I come from an agency. Dom obviously founded our agency. We've got a number of very senior, very smart women still engaged in the business. But as an industry, I think we haven't found very creative ways to keep those people in the business and engaged. I actually think technology has got to play a part in it.
Yeah,
I also think maybe the ability to work remotely for people. I think also the ability to job share is probably a very important thing as well. We've got to find a solution because it's a people business, and if we've got that many talented people leaving the business, then it's just it's not good for us. Let's see.
That was a big bite.
Yep. That's the hotter of the two. That's insane.
It's hotter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still going for the fingers though.
So at Google, I think at the moment we would say that we're in a new era of advertising. It's certainly true that you can't just expect your traditional TV ad to do all the heavy lifting that it once could back in the day. I suppose what I want to know from you, Steve, is would you agree with that? And what have you done at With Collective to ensure that you're kind of overcoming that hurdle?
Yeah. It's really hard to listen. This is the first time I've ever done this. I have to listen to someone whilst your mouth is actually on fire and making you want to cry.
This is what happens, is that the further up you get, you're just delirious. No idea what's going on.
Until now, you've done really, really well.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
We're okay. Oh, man.
I think I'm taking my first
Demons Stinger hot sauce. Yeah, lives up to the name.
It's hard.
Like when I started advertising, which is a very long time ago, you basically did TV ads, outdoor, the occasional DL flyer, and radio ads, and that was pretty much it. I think if we were still doing that, like I think I started in like 97 or something crazy like that. I got my first job through the Yellow Pages, that's how long ago it was. Like if we were still doing that stuff, I think it'd be really dull right about now. But this business has changed hugely. It kind of, I think there's probably a really huge challenge about every 2 to 3 years that I've been in it. And I agree, Vix, like we've got to keep changing.
Yeah.
People will never tire of seeing things that surprise, delight them, engage them, whether it's on TV, wherever that is. The thing that most agencies need to start thinking about too is utility and how we engage people through things that aren't necessarily just kind of throwaway pieces of creative advertising.
Yeah.
Like how do we start to build product and build things that are actually adding value?
We talked about Volvo Life Paint, but I mean, that's an example of something that was created for like a purpose in mind, but actually it's a product, right? And it's a product that does a really amazing thing. And it's obviously creative agencies have the ability to think those things up and actually get them done. So
yeah, they do. And it's something actually that a lot of the recent kind of success that we've had at With has been built on. So the problem we've had recently actually is how to fit presentations within the time that we've got. Because we start with, I talked about logic and magic at the start of the conversation. So we start with a really detailed view of people's customers. But then we talk about how you might talk to them, the comms.
Yeah.
We also talk about product ideas and how we solve the business problems that we think we've been given with different ideas, products for clients, sort of new areas even for clients to branch into. When I come out of one of those presentations, I'm always really excited because it's so different from the couple of radio ads or very bad press ads that I started off my career writing.
That's coming.
Here we go. The milk is coming out.
I'm taking a sip of the milk.
Going for the cheat milk.
I'm saving these two.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid. Now I'm afraid.
Okay.
It's taking its time, that one actually.
You've got 2 minutes.
I kind of feel like I'm falsely confident on that, but that's all right.
A lot of creatives have side projects, hustles, things they're always interested in on the side. Obviously, you can't confine creativity to just advertising. What is your thing on the side that you're always passionate about?
At the minute, it's two little girls, two kids who are 4 and 2, Lily and Poppy. We put as much time as possible into the kids. That's it. Amazing. It's amazing. It's wonderful, life-changing event having those two.
Yeah, great.
So that's where all the attention goes these days.
The bomb.
This
beyond
is
insanity.
beyond insanity. Yeah.
Okay.
So it comes in a few. You know what? Let's just get in there.
Let's just get in there. Good copywriting. Let's see. Oh, already we're in trouble on that.
That does not taste good.
On the beyond insanity.
I feel like I've just drunk that. Oh man, that's insane.
So, Steve, you must have created a huge amount
Of pain.
You must have created a huge amount of ads in your career. We've heard from some pretty reliable sources that your very first press ad that you put to market has an interesting story behind it. Can you elaborate on that?
Terrible. Yeah. So I am crying actually. It is the chili. I started off as a writer in Belfast in a pretty troubled time. Wow, that's insane. It is beyond insanity. That product promise is absolutely on the nose. And just give you a kind of like a sense of what it was like. So we used to watch the bomb disposal units come down to deal with the car bombs down the street from our office window. That was kind of like sort of how hectic things were outside. I wrote what I thought was a brilliant press ad, my first one. Awesome pun in the headline, which was Belfast's hot for summer shopping. It published in the Belfast Telegraph on the same day as there'd been a massive riot in the city. So there is this huge lead picture of the city on fire, like with flames coming everywhere, and my little ad down in the bottom left-hand corner telling everybody that Belfast's hot for summer shopping. Not an amazing conversation with the client.
Didn't go down so well?
Not really.
Although
I survived.
arguably, could you have been to blame for creating it, or was it a media placement problem?
Let's go with that.
Okay, last sauce, last wing. I hate to do this to you, Steve, but because we're copying this show from Hot Ones, we have to copy everything.
Oh no, what do they do?
They put a small dab of the final sauce on the wing. I mean, a small dab, but
And this is like,
I reckon, that's enough.
we're all doing this, right?
We're all in.
Final wing, a bit of
I went
dab
bold.
Megadeth sauce
with
with
liquid
liquid
fury.
rage.
Liquid rage, yeah.
Feel alive. Okay, cool.
Feel alive. I think this will
All right,
be
there we
fine
go.
because it'll be
Okay.
over soon. Cheers, cheers everyone.
All right, cheers.
Well
cheers.
done.
Cheers.
Let's go. Oh my god, already.
Oh man.
Oh. That is not nice. Oh god. Oh, that is insanely hot. Oh my god.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but it is meant to be the spiciest of questions.
Oh man.
I heard this story about you, and it sounded like it was from a James Bond film, and I wanted to hear straight from the horse's mouth what the truth behind the story is. You once jumped on a super yacht, and you interrupted like a Russian poker game in your swimsuits. I want to hear about this story.
Oh. Yeah, that is true. All I can say is yeah, that happened. Oh my god. So beware of how much rosé you drink in Cannes is the first thing I'd say of this story. So I think we were out with the guys at Finch. They hosted a group of us on their boat. I thought it would be an awesome idea to dive in, swim over to the nearest Russian mafia supercruiser, and invite them back over for a few rosés on the Finch boat. But they weren't quite as friendly as I was feeling at the time. I kind of got a pretty quick hand on the shoulder and was escorted off the boat and basically thrown back in the sea. So yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Really.
Easy on the
don't do
rosé.
that ever, and don't do that at Cannes.
Lessons for the kids.
Oh,
Don't
terrible.
drink too much
Steve
rosé,
Coll,
yeah.
thank you so much.
Oh man,
it's been a lot of fun.
I feel privileged. I'm going to go and pass out somewhere. I think. Thank you guys.
Steve,
Cheers.
well done.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Hotheads.
For more episodes, check out our site, the Google Creative Broadcast. The broadcast also houses best-in-class campaigns, case studies, and more thought leadership from across all of Google's platforms and technologies.